What up guys, this is CatapTCG, and today I'm doing top 10 decks in standard, post, Europe International Championships. I know I just did, like, the same thing for expanded, and I didn't upload, like, any of the deck lists. That's because I really didn't have time, and today's day 2 of San Jose, so I feel like there's not really a point in uploading the deck lists. If you guys think otherwise, there's, like, 2 of you that watch my videos. Comment in the comment section. But without further ado, here are my top 10 decks for standard, for Memphis, whatever else is in this format. Number 10, I have Drampa Garbodor. I think the best version of this deck is Celesteela with Rainbow and Jirachi. Celesteela with Choice Band can one-shot a Gardevoir GX, and then Jirachi's just there to, like, you know, Stellar Guidance is really good, or Stardust. Stardust is really good. The problem with this deck and why it's only at number 10 is because the bad matchups for this deck seem to be getting a little worse. So I feel like this deck might kind of die soon-ish. But abilities and items are still relevant, so the Garbodors still have a pretty good force in the meta, but I just feel like this deck is maybe slowly dying. Number 9, Alolan Ninetales. This is another deck that I think is kind of dying, or it's been dead, kind of. Fire-type techs are really good in this deck, like colorless ones like, Turtonator GX. Because, like, with a Choice Band and Kukui, it's doing, math 140 with Shell Trap. And then, yeah. Zoroark is a really good draw engine for this deck because you can discard your water energies and then Aqua Patch them back. And the baby Alolan Ninetales isn't really very good anymore. It sometimes works, if you can just throw it up there late game and then, like, they don't have any Guzmas and, like, counters to counter it. But also Mr. Mime is making its way in a lot of decks. And like Giratina for Greninja, Mr. Mime seems to be a really easy counter for this deck. And it just kind of makes it not be able to get going enough with the spread damage. So that's why it's only at number 9. Number 8 is Buzzwole. So I thought, and a lot of other people thought, that the Rainbow Garbodor version was the best. And I actually made a couple, like, really bad Buzzwole proxies to text it with Garbodor for, like, a day. And I didn't really like it, but Lycanroc turned out to be the best variant that made 2 top 8s at the EUIC. I think that's the right acronym. With Strong Energy and Max Elixir, you can get... Oh god, I just broke something. You can get attacks really fast and for a lot of damage. One thing I don't like about this deck and why it's only at number 8 is because it's weak to Garbodor and Golisopod decks. Like, literally weak to them. Garbodor can pretty easily one-shot Buzzwole, and then Golisopod can pretty easily one-shot both Lycanroc and Zygarde EX. So that's why it's only at number 8. Number 7 is Decidueye Zoroark. I absolutely hate this deck. I was testing him against Greninja, and Greninja beats this deck most of the time. This deck is that bad. It's worse than Greninja for Bricky. There are Buzzwole variants. I don't like the Buzzwole variants at all, just because there's too many Pokemon. You need to set up Zoroarks for trade, Decidueyes to get the Feather Arrows going, and then you also need to set up an attacker in Buzzwole. And I mean, I know it's just a basic and an energy, but it's still a lot, because with the normal Decidueye Zoroark deck, you just have 2 attackers. You either attack with Decidueye or Zoroark or maybe Espeon. Well, then you add a 4th attacker and you just can't get it. It is really strong when it sets up, though. Like, if you get it set up and you're not facing against, like, Gardevoir or Volcanion or a weird fighting deck, then you'll probably win. But it bricks so bad that I just don't think that it can do very well. And the Gardevoir matchup isn't that bad, so that's why it's on this list at all. because it's only a 50-50 Gardevoir matchup. If it was worse, then I wouldn't even put it on the list. Number 6 is Greninja Break. The Evo Soda variant is not really even a variant anymore. Everyone plays Evo Soda. Just minimizes breaking a lot. And I really like the Tapu Fini, Tapu Lele, Starmie, Espeon techs. The one problem I see with this deck and why it's on like number 6, which is still a pretty good spot, is kind of like the Decidueye. It does brick a lot, but when it gets set up, it's really hard to beat. And it has a really good Gardevoir and Volcanion matchup. But it is killed by Giratina, and like, you can just tech Giratina, and it's not very easy to win. Number 5 is Golisopod Garbodor. I absolutely hate this deck. I think it's It's good, but I hate it. The ability lock is really good in combination with Golisopod just going 120 each turn with like a Switch or a Guzma or whatever, Acerola. I think the Zoroark variant is a lot better, hence it won the tournament that was like 800 Masters. But it's still a pretty good. I think either the Rainbow version or the Zoroark version are the best. I've seen a couple versions that, you know, most of them play, like 4 DCE, 4 Rainbow, 3 Grass. Well, some of them are playing like 3 Psychic, 4 Grass, 4 DCE, and I think that's awful. So, Zoroark is the best, but Rainbow version for this deck is probably the best. Definitely the best. Number 4, I'm sorry, that's a pain in the ass. Number 4 is Metal Toolbox. I don't think anyone really saw this deck, do as well as it did. There's just so many anti-meta techs in the deck, like, I mean, the deck is meta itself now, but like, Celesteela kills everything, kind of. Registeel can one-shot Vulpixes, Kartana is really good against Special Energy, you know, there's so many things. Beats Gardevoir usually, but Gallade kind of wrecks this deck. As we saw in, I think, 2 Gardevoir versus Metal matchups that were streamed, Gardevoir actually won because of, like, just streaming Gallades. But I really like the Silvally in this deck because it allows you to switch your techs. Like, Celesteela and Registeel have 3 and 4 retreat costs, so it just drops the retreat cost to 0. Number 3 is Gardevoir, sorry. Max Potions are a lot better than the Sylveon version now. And playing more Gallade beats Metal decks pretty consistently. Like, as I said on the stream, I think we saw 2 Gardevoir decks beat the anti-Gardevoir decks just by using Gallade a lot. And I really like the Max Potion healing with the 2 Super Rods, just because in this format it's mostly a 2-shot meta, but when it's like a 3 and 4-shot meta, you really start doing well. Number 2 is Golisopod Zoroark. This deck won internationals, but it's not at number 1. It's really, really powerful. I put this deck together, kind of. I did only play 2 Zoroark GX, and I played regular Zoroarks for the rest. The Puzzle of Time and the Mallow are also really good with this deck, so. And it does pretty well against Gardevoir, because you're usually only attacking for 1 or 2 energies, so they can't do much damage, and then they're 210 HP basics, so just a really good deck. Number 1 is Turtonator. It beats Golisopod, it beats Metal. Turn 1 Ho-Oh with Kiawe is really good, just for like applying early pressure. Does a lot of damage really fast, and it even beats Greninja. Even though it's water, like, it can still beat Greninja relatively easily. And that's why I think that Turtonator is probably the best deck in Standard. I know I pretty much always say that I think this deck is the best in Standard, but I mean, I have a reason, and I don't know, I just feel like it's good, and it can beat a lot of things, so, yeah. It can even beat Gardevoir if you use Turtonator Fury Belt, right? Anyway, leave a like, and subscribe, and keep on playing this game, I don't know.